Happy December, Taurus seekers. Stay tuned until after the reading. At the end, we will light up candles and pull out oracles. And we'll do it together and say a prayer. It's going to be fun. Prince of Wands. That was fast. Like I couldn't even shuffle. And already they're knocking at your door. Taurus, I'm coming. Okay, Knight of Wands. Carried by a lion. Two lions over there. A lion here. A menorah there, a menorah here. It is the story of incredible bravery and resilience, thus manifestation of a miracle. Sounds like a Taurus story. Against all odds, Taurus manages to create an entire world. And an incoming messenger with an important message. This Knight of Wands coming in. And King of Cups. So they're coming in fast and energetic, but what they have to say is sincere and emotional and loving. There's a sense of honor to it. They respect you, Taurus, or you respect them. Can work either way. The lion is walking through fire. The horse is walking through water. The will, the heart. I mean, those are the substances of life. Show me more, please, for Taurus. Tell us more about this King of Cups. Queen of Cups. So we have a couple here, Taurus. You might be in a relationship. Maybe a relationship is coming in fast, out of the blue. Either way, King and Queen of Cups. It's they're counterparts. They're a match. They're a couple. There's a sense of purpose here. A sense of meaning. Queen of Cups is adding a solid platform to stand on. She's also sitting on a chair. She's the one guiding the animal instincts as opposed to this Knight and King who are guided by animal instincts. Both are valid and matching and complementary to one another. Ace of Wands. Wow. Taurus, this is a very passionate love affair. And it's not just a fling. Like, this is a couple. You're either part of this couple right now or you're going to be really soon. This could be something, I mean, the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. It's an opportunity. It comes in. It feels very new. Judgment and Seven of Wands. This is something that may have developed or could have developed further during Scorpio season. Some of you are waking up to wanting to fight for something or stand up for something. There's a sense of an overcoming. Hanukkah is the holiday of miracles, and I am picking up on something that feels divine. But source oriented. Like the lowest frequency I see here is Archangel energy. It's almost like I'm picking up such biblical vibes. Sorry for those of you who don't like it, but it's just what's coming through. Okay, guys, you know, the seekers who have been around know that we don't use this terminology often, but divine counterparts coming through, divine timing is coming through. It's prophetic somehow. It requires some sort of a battle. Seven of Wands here. The knowing is absolute. The path is challenging. Show me more about this, please, from the beautiful Taurian seekers. The Death card. Okay. More Scorpio energy. Some very, it doesn't have to be a Scorpio person at all. It's the energy, the really deep, transformative, change, evolution of something. There is there's a strong sense of like a resurrection, like very Lazarus effect. Like there's this has been bubbling up for quite some time. It's been in your psyche. It's been in your, in your sphere. It's been there. It's been underwater. It's like lava. It's like lava coming out of the ocean, because I'm seeing fire and I'm seeing water, and fire emerging out of the water. How could that be? Well, the only thing I can imagine is lava. Kind of spilling out. There's an eruption of some sort. It's almost like Osiris and Isis. The ancient Egyptian gods that Osiris was killed by his jealous brother, and had his organs spread out throughout the world. And Isis searched for all of his body parts and resurrected him. The only missing piece that she couldn't find of his was his, I'm not going to say it because we're on YouTube, but his this. And so she made one out of wood and attached it to him. And it worked. He was brought back to life by a wooden phallus. It's funny, but the archetype, it's archetype of like bringing something back to life with the power of love and pure will that nothing can stop. Like the Judgment card and the Death card and the Seven of Wands, this is fighting for something for dear life almost. I'm not saying that you're under a life threat at all. I'm saying this is something that comes from your most ancient, deepest depths, and there's no stopping you. There is no stopping you. There's no stopping this. You know, this is very powerful. Think about, you know, the power and the energy of the notion of reincarnations, right? Or the notion of resurrection, notions of gods bringing each other back to life. Like that's the type of vibe that I'm picking up here. So it's like a tsunami. You're coming through as a tsunami, Taurus. You're coming through very strong, and it's pure based. It's based in faith. It's based on heart. It's based in divinity. I could say that the shadow aspect of it could be jealousy. Be very, very cautious. Though I'm not yet seeing it, I don't want to see it. So don't let yourself, you know, have your love dragged into hate, disguising itself as love of the divine, just to excuse ignorance and hate. I know a lot of people are watching. You know, I have to, you know, say it every now and then. But by the very big majority, most of you are just tapping into something very... There's no ignoring you. There's no... It's like once you say it, once you do it, it's going to affect people. It's going to change a lot for people, or for the people involved. Like I don't know to what extent this is going to play out. Wow, Taurus, you are very intense right now. I'm picking up on your energy. It's like, I mean, you have Pluto and Venus in Capricorn trining you right now, and I don't know, somehow it affects you. Like that energy is kind of sliding into you. And of course, Uranus is in your sign. It's a lot of power in and of itself. We just had the lunar eclipse in your sign. The North Node is about to move into your sign. There's a lot going on with you, Taurus. And, you know, your axis is the Taurus Scorpio. Watch the special North-South Node project that I've done for all the signs. Watch your North-South Node. But regardless, also watch the Taurus Scorpio one, because it applies also to the sun signs, not just the nodes. I think something there could be very relevant to you because it's about unifying the polarities. And Taurus and Scorpio are on the same axis of life and death, right? And I think you're integrating the energy of Scorpio into your Taurian energy, and it's very powerful. Taurus, whatever decisions you're going to make this month, it's going to be final. It's going to be indisputable. You'll say it once, you'll say it clearly, and things will align in accordance. So there's... Can you show me more about this? Also a really powerful new start, specifically because of this King and Queen of Cups. It could very much so be romance. This is a major change, like major transformation in December. You have zero skin, literally, for bullshit. Very precise. I'm picking up on precision, like surgical precision, like neuroscience precision. The Star card. And here we also have the abstract. So you know it's both precise and abstract. Material and ethereal. So you're really kind of holding space for polarities, Taurus, in a very magus-like way. It's not even the process of alchemy. It's almost like you don't need to go through the mixology of it. You just got to think it or will it, and it just is. It's like something about your way of manifesting or about your way of tapping no longer requires the chronological process or the natural elemental aspect of it, which, you know, normally it belongs to higher dimensions where time, space don't really apply, right? That, you know, they don't, dimensions where we're not bound by Newtonian laws of physics, by gravitation. It's kind of like you've mastered that, been there, you did it, and now you've reached a level of some sort of mastery in a way where, you know, when someone makes something that is in its nature very complex and challenging, they make it look really, really easy because they've been doing it for so long. So it's almost like that. Like you're doing it so fast, it looks like you're not going through the steps, but you're doing them simultaneously in your head in a way where us mortals have to do them one by one, like cause and effect, and like one step leading to the next. That's how it works. But with you, it's like, I spoke with Aries about that. Watch the Aries reading because I'm speaking there about parallel realities within the multiverse and how time works. And something about it connects to kind of what it is that you're doing, except that with Aries it was very mental, and they were kind of dealing with going through that process and that realization. Taurus, with you, it's like you're there. You're already like, you're teaching me, you're telling me about it as I'm talking to you. You're like, well, yeah, you're like, you're already typing your notes in the comment section. Go for it. You lovely creature. I'm really drawn to the Tree of Life here in the Star card. Here, see? Keter, Chokhmah, Binah. Chesed, Hod, Tiferet, Netzach. I might be confusing the 4, 5, 7, 8. Yesod Malchut. I mean, one of the Star card is a fascinating card, right? It brings light and darkness together, right? It brings day and night. It brings matter and ether. It brings earth and heavens. So there's something, again, you're it's like you're walking within your own dimension, Taurus, in December. Like, can we even see you? Are you even visible to us muggles? Like if I'll bump into you in the street, will I like feel something but not really see you? I'm not saying you're a ghost. I'm saying that you're kind of vibing on a different frequency. Like, I can't even say higher frequency, lower frequency. Like, it's a combination of both. It's like your own thing. Like you're discovering or creating some new form of metaphysics. I can't even begin to think how to name this reading. Whatever caption I give this, you know, sometimes I need your help, guys. Whatever caption I end up giving this video, please give your own caption, because there's so much stuff coming through. So it will be nice to have, you know, someone new coming in to kind of have, you know, a lot of options, that like captionings, that they know what to expect, and it's just fun. It's fun for me to read how you guys view the readings. So feel free to do so on this one and on any reading, actually. Anyway, the star card here. So, okay, let's talk mundane. There's falling in love here. It's excruciating, not because it's bad or because it's not working, but because it's very different than anything you felt before. I don't think you've experienced this type of love before, or this type of connection, bond. Definitely soulmate. That's for sure. Temperance. Speaking of alchemy. It's also, there's something like different about it in ways that it's not something you had expected. Maybe it's not your type. Maybe it's someone very different from you. Maybe different but not different kind of thing. There's something shocking to it. There's a shock element. The Hierophant, but there's also a lot of wisdom and a lot of truth and a lot of spiritual guidance. This is one of your cards, Taurus. So this could be you kind of in some sort of a position of leadership. There is spiritual teacher here energy, like a type of guru like thing, like a spiritual advisor or teacher, or I'm also seeing someone who writes down prophetic things. Like there's specifically writing or delivering like prophetic messages. I'm drawn to his staff here. I'm picking up on the song Rewrite the Stars. It's from the Greatest Showman, Zendaya and Zac Efron. So it's a beautiful song. Why don't we rewrite the stars? Say you were meant to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart, and I'll be the one you were meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can tell us what we should be. Sorry for like slaughtering it, but that's the song. You know, search it, you'll love it. Rewrite the stars. Why do they need to be rewritten? This is not an energy that is bound by the stars, I'll be honest. This is like an energy that moves the stars. This is dark matter. Okay, can you tell Taurus what's up, please? Spirit, thank you. December. More clarity. More. Temperance. A lot of major arcanas. Very spiritual ones, very angelic ones. We do have two angels on the table with temperance and judgment here. Okay, and this is a messenger that speaks with angels. And this is the pure essence of angels, right? So it's... And, oh, I'm sorry, 3 angels. The death card. How could I ignore this one? So I think I mentioned archangels earlier. We have 3 archangels on the table. That's the clarity? Okay, thanks. It's maybe some of you just Ace of Swords. Yeah, of course we'll take it. Okay. You're creating something new. First, you're creating something new. You're possibly reinventing yourself. This is you transforming yourself or reestablishing your place in the world. This could be down to changing name or changing status or changing focus. I'm seeing some of you really choosing to focus on something that is kind of taking over you in a way, but not like forcefully. It's a part of you, a part of something in you that was a part of you is being more dominant. And that's what I mean by taking over. You're like letting it be the focus. Another knight, and the golden dawn deck. It's princess. It's princesses. Sorry, Knight of Cups. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. Someone is choosing, is making a choice of the heart. It's very clear. Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords. Like, this is what I want. This is who I want. This is where I want. This is what I want, and so on. You know. Someone is, could be you, could be someone around you, could be both, is being moved by their sense of destiny or sense of mission, almost spiritual mission. It's a very spiritual reading, Taurus. You've gotten a very spiritual reading. There's a sense of purpose that is engulfing you, that you're just giving your all to. You're like, I'm just going full in. This is what I am. This is what I do. This is what I love. This is who I love. And it's just, it's so anything else, please? Before we move on to the first Hanukkah candle, and I'm going to also pull an Akashic Tarot Oracle for you guys. Just to let you know, I'm going to continue this reading specifically as a love reading. We're going to focus on the romance for you that is coming through from this reading for the month of December. It will be a reading that is called Double Pentagram, You and Your Person of Interest. We'll also finish up with messages from the runes. The links are below. It's available on Patreon and on Vimeo. I would really love it if you check out Patreon and join my tribe there. Other than that, I'm also teaching tarot on an online tarot masterclass, Bunkai. It's also linked below. Okay, let's summarize the tarot portion of this reading, please, for Taurus. For December, for the end of the year. Princess of Swords, which is like Page of Swords. Need more. Show me more. For Taurus, for December, complete. Four of Wands. There's communication about cooperation of some sort, coming together, making something work. Seven of Swords. Princess of Wands, and the Sun card. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. I feel like you want to look at the cards. Now we have 3 aces on the table, which are the embodiment of their element, right? We have fire, air, then water. The element that is not showing up now that I'm guided to look at this, we have no pentacles. It's very interesting considering your earth sign. Even within the major arcanas, the Hierophant is the only one that can represent the earth element. But it's still coming through as a major arcana, which is the spiritual aspect of it. So this is a very spiritual reading, Taurus. And it only kind of maximizes the message of, you know, being somewhat parallel and unbound by the normalcy. I'm not saying you're not normal, but I am saying you're not normal, but not like in a bad, crazy way. I'm saying it in like the way of the Magus, you know? So, 7 of Swords, Princess of Wands, the Sun, Ace of Cups, and we do have the Princess of Swords here. Fire, air. So this could be childbirth or pregnancy. This could be already existing children that you have. If you're expecting, this could be the time that you're giving birth. Some of you might be pregnant with twins, possibly 2 girls or 2 boys. I'm seeing like 2 of the same sex. But guys, don't stay stuck on that. It's like it's a random message that doesn't have to be, you know. What is the major focus is the immense new beginning. That is very positive, very exciting. It has to do with a lot of aspects in your life. I think it's going to apply to several aspects in your life. I don't think it's going to be one thing. It could be like several things changing, from your status to your home, to your job, to your sense of self, to your style. Like there's several things that are being affected by this. But in a way, it's not like, it doesn't feel overwhelming to you. It doesn't feel difficult or heavy. It feels floaty. Like, again, there's no pentacles on the table. Where are you, Taurus? But there's so much joy and optimism here. This is such a joyous... Seven of Swords here. It's almost like, let me think through this happiness, because things can't be that simple. I mean, at the very least for December, again, but the element of surprise and shock is here. We can't ignore some of the cards here that are pretty like... Oh, we have 2 sevens right underneath one another. Some of you are going to get some really, really good news. Could have to do with family or travel. Could be a work opportunity, of course, but the emotion here is very dominant. There's love here. We have the letters Sheen and the letters Hey. It could be SH or age on its own. Okay, this is getting all over the place. I'm going to continue that in the reading. Let's move on to the next portion of this reading. Okay. I want to take a, you know what? I want to take a snapshot of this before I just because it's a really cool reading. Let's take you guys and me. Hi. I'm waving to myself. Morgane, you're so full of it. Anyway. Okay. All right. 3 aces, 3 archangels. Cool. Very spiritual reading, of course. Well, we are doing something spiritual as well. So I'm going. This is the Akashic Tarot that I'm going to pull a message from. So let's prep it here. I have it ready for us. First, let's do this. So we light 8 candles for Hanukkah, 1 each day for the duration of 8 days. This is the shamash, the main candle that lights each of the separate candles. It's to symbolize the 8 days of miracle where the Israelites had a very small portion of oil to light the temple that they were held in, captive, by the Macabim. I'm not going to go into the details, just giving you a brief. And point being is, they weren't supposed to last more than one night. And that's what their enemy that tried to invade their homeland once again, and convert them once again, / kill them once again. That's what they, were relying upon, that they won't manage to stay more than one night in that temple. And but that little oil lasted for, instead of half a night, think like a candle wax that lasts, it's supposed to last only for a few hours, but then ends up lasting for 8 days. And that's the miracle. And that's how they won. So it's a story of winning against all odds and surviving and then thriving. And I find it beautiful. It's one of my favorite holidays. It's time to ask for miracles and to be grateful for what we have. So let's get to this. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, ציוונו להדליק נר של חנוכה. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשה ניסים לאבותינו, בימים ההם בזמן הזה. Amen. Great. Okay. Yeah, it's still, see, there's a flame here. So take a moment. There we go. Close your eyes. What you're asking for has to be a miracle. It has to be bigger than life. Well, it doesn't have to be, but that's the point. And allow yourself to, let your imagination run wild. You gotta aim for something to start the journey, right? It doesn't really matter what that is, as long as it gets us moving. So take a deep breath. Ask for that miracle. Amen. So mote it be. Okay. Let's put this aside. Pretty. All right. Are we ready for the Akashic Tarot? It's a long reading. Well, why not? Okay. Message for Taurus, please, for December from the Akashic Tarot. Message for Taurus for December. For the holidays, Christmas as well. Two of Scrolls, which is 2 worlds. Okay. I'm going to read. Here we go. 4, 3. 2 of Scrolls. Surrounded by a spinning wheel. you can see it. Surrounded by a spinning wheel and baskets of wool, a beautiful woman, worried and tired, gazes at the embers in the fireplace. She has worked hard at her spinning for the coins that are gathered on the table. The expansive window behind her looks out onto a Buddhist monastery high in the mountains. When you receive this card, there is a conflict in your life between what the outer world requires of you and how your own spirit directs you. You actually may have had a number of past lives where you wanted to focus on your spiritual growth and therefore joined a monastery to do so. Then, missing the wonders that the secular world could offer, such as love, family, and financial success. You chose the secular world exclusively in your next incarnation. Yet this didn't offer the spiritual focus you also sought. Because of this, it's likely that you bounced back and forth from the monastic to the personal in a number of incarnations and through a number of different faiths. You are now again experiencing a polarity between a fully self-realized spiritual experience and personal success in your day-to-day life. It often feels as if you have to let one go in order to embrace the other. This push-pull will continue until you learn to bring your spiritual self to every situation in your personal life. It's time to replace worry with trust and integrate your eternal truth with your temporary reality. If you have a job or are in a relationship that actively pulls you from your spirit, you must deal with it, or possibly leave it. Who you are forever is who you are now. Let nothing impede that power. When you own it, absolute self-realization in both worlds will elude you no longer. I think that's beautiful, Taurus. And we're going to finish up with that. I'm going to see you in a second in your extended or otherwise in other videos. I love you guys. Subscribe if you're new.